Hey guys, in this video, I'm walking you through my 7.5 minute maintenance client detail on the interior only here. And of course, this took more than 7 minutes, but it took very little time and the video is very short. So let's get straight into it. Now, before we talk about anything else, make sure you go below in the YouTube description box and grab my free guide to starting your auto detailing business for under $500, where I lay out every single product and tool that you need fundamentally just as a foundation, so you don't have to spend your time wasting time, energy, and money on chemicals, products, tools, and all of this sort of industry standard stuff that doesn't work, and you can shorten your learning curve and just get the stuff you need right away. Now you guys see, I'm actually detailing this red Chevy Blazer here, and this one was actually the exact car that was used in many of the Chevy Blazer commercials in 2020, so that's super cool as well. Now the interior detail here is super straightforward because the car is so clean already, so I want to be very practical here and explain a step-by-step maintenance detail as we go. First, you saw me addressing the door panels. One of the things you're going to see in this video as I get the hard rubber, vinyl, leathers, and plastics done, which is the very first thing I do in any detail, including my maintenance details. You see, I'm using my detailing brushes, my microfiber towels, my Meguiar's APC diluted 10:1, and my steamer every now and then in order to dust all of the hard rubber, vinyl, leather, and plastic surfaces off, clean them when need be, and then simply wipe off my cleaning marks. So you're going to see that being kind of the step one or phase one of this detail. Now, like I said, really the only tools you're going to see are my steamer, my chemical, or my microfiber towel, and my magic eraser when needed, and my detailing brushes. So the only expensive tool here, it's worth mentioning, that I'm using really is my steamer itself. Now you guys see, as I move from the door panel to the interior of the vehicle there on the driver's side, now I'm moving to the back of the driver's side. I'm getting the back of the leather seats done, as well as the door panels, the middle console area, and of course the passenger seat as well. I'm going to move back from here to the trunk and get those areas done, and then I'm going to skip over to the behind the passenger side door, as well as get the passenger side door as well. So you can see how I'm moving kind of quarterly. I cut the car into sort of 25% pieces or quarter pieces, sort of like a tic-tac-toe board, and I move around it in a counterclockwise way. And it makes it very, very, very simple. Now, one of the things to note here of why it takes such little time is because the car is so clean already. So you might be wondering, why am I using the Meguiar's APC to actually clean the surfaces? Why am I doing it this way? Well, here's a quick little tip for those of you who are building your maintenance client list, or you want to get into this part of the detailing business, because this is absolutely the most profitable way to build a detailing business. What I do, generally speaking, is I use a very heavily diluted version of Meguiar's APC when it's a maintenance vehicle that I've never seen before, and I want to make sure that I do use a fairly strong cleaning agent, though very diluted version of it, in order for that first pass or that first treatment that I perform on the car to be done. You can see I'm using the exact same dilution of the Meguiar's APC for the door jambs as well, which just goes to show you how clean this vehicle really is. There's barely any dirt anywhere, which is why it's a maintenance vehicle and why it's a maintenance charge for me. Now, in addition to that, one of the things that I will do many times, for example, when and if I see this Chevy Blazer again, I will actually not necessarily pull out my cleaning agent like my Meguiar's APC, but rather I might pull out something like the Meguiar's Quick Interior Detailer, which I keep in a gallon size in my garage at all times, because it is something that's not only going to clean at a very light level, more of a duster, but it's also something that leaves a really great smell in the car. And it's one of those quick products to use. I don't necessarily have to have a bunch of cleaning marks left over and water marks left over with that product. And in many ways, it can be used as a two-in-one finisher and cleaner. So I'm of course going to go around and finish the vehicle using a different product to protect all of the surfaces. But when I pull out something like the Meguiar's Quick Interior Detail, it can kind of knock out two birds with one stone and make my job even easier. Now, as I move to vacuuming the carpets, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm actually not even using any chemical on this area of the carpets because the carpets are so clean and the car is so new and they were protected by weather mats. So as I vacuum out all of the crumbs and the light little dirt, grime, greasy pieces, which is very, very rare in this particular car, I'm then just going to use my steamer to stir up anything else that I need to stir up. For example, in the trunk area of this car, I needed to address those runners as well as the impossible carpeting, and that became very easy with nothing more than my vacuum and my steamer. Didn't even introduce any chemical whatsoever. Now, after that, I am going to move to the leather seats, and I'm being a little bit more aggressive with the leather seats. Aggressive is probably not even the right word to use, but relative to the rest of the detail, what I had to do, I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive here. I'm using a product from Renegade, their LVP cleaner. It's basically just a very, very easy to use leather cleaner. It's not going to leave any sort of streaking marks. You see I'm spraying it directly onto the leather and agitating it with my detailing brush, and that is something that I use. Basically, this product, I'm using it with almost every car that I'm seeing because it's aggressive enough to really get what I need done, and yet really, really gentle on these new cars with really high-end leather or really new leather that's in fantastic condition. I just don't have to worry about it, and in many ways, products I don't have to worry about or overthink are products that I default to in the detailing world, because the less I have to put in a bunch of mental energy to decide, the better. Now I'm going to be moving around with my steamer as well as the chemical. You can see I do use my steamer anytime that I need to address kind of the buckle area, those tighter areas, blow out any of those seams if need be, but really that's not super necessary with this particular vehicle for obvious reasons. And then I simply mop up my chemical with my interior microfiber towels, and again, I don't worry about it eating into the leather or leaving any streaking marks. Now, after the leather is done, I am going to be addressing the windows. I'm using just a simple waffle weave microfiber towel, as well as my IPA solution, my 50-50 dilution of alcohol and distilled water, and that's going to make my life super easy. By the way, this particular windows, these don't necessarily need the IPA solution. You could probably go ahead and address these with your favorite window cleaner just straight away because, once again, they're so clean, but I like to make my life as easy as possible, and I don't want to risk having to go back and do anything, and that's why I use the IPA solution first. Now, after that, this is going to be my finishing stage. I'm going to finish the leather seats with a more creamy, thicker sort of conditioner from Renegade as well. And then I'm using another product actually from Renegade that's kind of become my default products, especially with higher end vehicles like this and my maintenance clients, to address all the hard vinyl leathers, rubbers, and plastics. So that's kind of the final part of this video here, other than cleaning the rubber weather mats. Now, I want to remind you guys, because I'm talking about a lot of products here, go below in the YouTube description box and grab my free guide to starting your auto detailing business for under $500, because it gets confusing when I'm talking about all these different kinds of products if you don't have a foundation, and that's going to give you the foundation that you need. If you want to see any of the products specifically in this video, there'll be links below as well. And of course, if you guys are new to the Wilson Auto Detailing community and you haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button, tap the bell icon so you get notified when I publish future videos. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you in the next video.